to deal.
Damn it, Ralph, no way.
And he's...
Learn a lot, so I did feel a little bit of a do, especially in terms
Is it as
being more serious towards the end. I think for that stuff, I got a reaction with the footage included on YouTube, and usually it's a very specific.
What?
Got the straw. He thinks is okay to do while he's in prison, and oh shit. Okay, I will. Already planning on it, but I'll say I'm doing it. Ralph, like they pointed out, DeVoe's getting everyone who became a meta from the bus incident, and Barry's out of prison. Performance where it's Ralph trying to spend of the time when we're doing a Google Hangout with you two, we are just watching YouTube.
Like that. He's the warden of the most dangerous prison in the Midwest.
Set up the meeting with you a brand new pair of Timmy shoes.
I think you're gonna rip my head off, reach down my neck, and pull out. Never really served the plot any good. It wouldn't have really advanced anything. But boy, I had a fun time with it. I think it was better than the last couple of Google Hangouts. John and I ask a lot of questions, and we try to keep things interesting. One problem for Barry. Oh, she going. The way they've changed Killer Frost. This is so.
Please. Jeez. Actually, it wasn't a bad pep talk.
everyone's powers work?
Flash, and then what? For Richard Brooks, he was super believable, and the writing of those moments were really for work with Flash in some way, or maybe they're gonna.
I did? Yes, I did.
Dude.
You really think so?
Yes.
Out, and I was like, not Ralph.
The chair can wait till morning.
Is repetitive, him not having faith in himself, him not.
It's Ralph.
Afterwards. Suppose. I did it.
Corny. Episodes we've gotten, so TV show reactions.
A little help.
Once we're far enough away from the meta wing, we'll get our powers back. I was only willing to do this to try to break...
Now she's hot. Start doing some push-ups, do some squats too. Don't ever skip leg day. Oh. Aww.
Not to
Wow, what a
So
dick.
when you let your new friends down,
bigger issue is we don't see
let's see what I can do.
I didn't really buy her long. It was a good pep talk, and it did make sense at that time. Some crazy ass
I suppose there is just
You might want
Flash.
to start with the Flash. See your husband today, he was in an altercation. That's a pretty common occurrence. Safe until midnight.
Blank reactions over at our patrons.
In Heights Penitentiary immediately.
Wow, sweet chisel cheek.
Patreon episodes of Black Lightning. I started Attack on Titan. John started Marvel.
Been wanting
No
for a long
idea.
time.
You have
A speedster.
no idea.
he's dead. Okay, he's gonna call back.
Ralph, you copy? Yep. So what's the next?
Things at stake right now, dude, was when Ralph, Vo's mind now entered her body and he took over. I'll admit, if my man, you are gonna be funny. And now I'm a little worried for Ralph, man. Relationship dynamic, and he's like taking over everything. So even though the lines between what Barry,
So shady.
I want your life.
oh,
To help you stay
turn into a good person and do things for good. I was actually just for you guys. Yay. We had a really bad computer. What are we, some kind of... Barry, you're gonna let the lines when she was trying to embody DeVoe at that moment. It's an interesting term what's going on with the... Wow, they're up to date with their movies.
This is impossible.
I'm going
And he's back with Team Flash. I love all the stuff that's been going on with DeVoe. I've missed... Whoa.
Two-Face, right? Yes. That's me. Why is that me? Really feel free.
Come on, Barry. There are so many other... Ralph not believing in himself is getting on my spine. It looks great on you, dude. Oh.
You screw up every single time.
Oh. Clever.
DeVoe?
Storyline, I think... There's the legality, but I'm just glad he's finally out of the prison. Barry was feeling in that moment. I'm sure he felt it a little bit more than I did. How he was a little heartbroken that...
Wolf, I'm gonna hand you over to Joe.
I installed a few.
Sweet.
It's not gonna happen now that you find a way to get
Alan is hereby clear.
Hoping they'd actually do that. It wouldn't be part of an ultimate setup. Even though the whole Ralph's been turning her into, which is a little bit more comedic, is fine, I guess. But there was a relationship was developing, how she was deciding to action, and I thought they were gonna build to a really cool...
PD hacked into the cameras.
You said there were no.
Out of prison. Good.
You're home.
He only wants the bus minutes.
Not good enough, it seems.
Oh. Not just the vote.
Party's over.
I'm staying.
Oh, come on, Barry.
Barry.
Meanie. Miney.
You add or you don't. Denote.
So much more at stake than you just being a fugitive for a while. And really interesting. My favorite part was behave like the warden really felt like such a ladies' man. You keep up that personality, you keep up that charm. Turn on him.
What the hell?
Something cold and frosty.
Gareth, thanks for the show, because it was usually a lot of the episode that would cause the video to get blocked. So to watch our full length... Oh shit. Stuff in the last like 20 minutes was intense and interesting. Hands down, I think 99%. Barry, I thought could have been way more. Damn.
And then Alan and the others belong to Ammunition.
Ooh, Suicide
soon as we get out.
Squad. Oh, but as just a viewer who likes the cool, love it, man. If I were to meet you in person,
It's like that.
You somehow willed your body to shapeshift into Earl's appearance.
he's like a comedian.
One looking at me like I'm a dead man.
And I don't know, the whole prison storyline with Barry. That was really smart. Hey, Barry decided to get out betraying DeVoe, but really that's just video reactions over there, weekly Q&As. See over there.
Take our time.
Oh. When to use his powers and if he can leave the prison or not. I didn't really feel there was the trial when Ralph shows up as original was posing as the warden. That was hilarious watching that actor Richard Brooks do this.
But you let people down. Place your trust in you, and then bam.
Oh, God.
No, Barry. He's like, I just don't want to be a fugitive. I want you guys to figure out a legal way for some wacky hijinks there. You're going to become a patronage to die.
Might this be?
Oh, bitch, you. I'm a little concerned for. Oh, that's how you do it, mother. No.
If you're thirsty for vengeance, the police have been tipped. I don't know how. Maybe CC.
I feel like I'm watching Natural Born Killer or whatever because DeVoe's going around. A lot of shit, dude.
Unforeseen change.
Okay.
Ross, I really loved it.
He's got these beady eyes and this crooked smile. He's just a real two-faced rat for
Barry's cool with that one. You know, at this point, I'm just glad he's out of prison because I didn't really care.
Good luck with that.
Oh no. Gonna do some misdirection where it looks.
All of them.
Oh, Danielle Panabaker as Caitlin Snow. I've always thought she was alright as Killer Frost. Really intense. When they all get to the prison yard, the warden
No doubt.
is up. And go check out our Patreon.
How's this? You know that painting in It? The one that comes to life?
He's always sticking his nose in my business.
Oh my.
Looks like Marliese is
Head to toe.
Rick,
What?
time to get a Tinder. Oh shit.
Just after all.
You want lost their powers for something. All of them.
Oh,
That's how we
shit.
get our freedom.
All right, guys. Well, what do you think of this episode of The Flash? Just broken out and to entertain us. You guys have the biggest hearts. You guys are super sweet. And you said,
Why is it?
well, that's all. Aww. Past. So I really did enjoy how the guy though, because he seems like he's getting really drunk with power. He clearly has secrets from his wife. He is a lot more interesting and way more intriguing. And for the amount of times that Barry could have junior high kids use Tinder, I don't know. Hello, Reject Nation. Greg Alba coming at you. I am going to cast there. The warden tells everyone that he's the most of the episodes do a pretty good job at that. All right, well, you guys can subscribe where they were the main antagonists for that episode, and they're all coming together now. Yeah.
Either you have something new to
Enjoying that.
Yes. And I you.
Hey, bro.
You can talk to them, you know.
So much is happening. Not believing in himself, that gets kind of redundant. And they're killing off a lot of people right now. Has scenes where it's like, oh, we just gotta fill it in with some cool.
Just couldn't get this left glute to shapeshift back to its normal perky. The light, it burns.
Oh, God. In the beard, and this version of Killer Frost.
That's on you.
Let's head over to our Patreon. 10 minutes, you can actually
Call you pathetic. Unless you do something worse, I think you're gonna be just fine.
turn. She going Tunnel DeVoe. I thought it was a great turn. I didn't see that coming. I think that's brilliant.
Too late.
Click that notification bell to get notified every time one of our videos is. Gareth, the shaved head.
Wow.
Sweet
Maybe
chisel.
I can say Barry.
He was forming with Becky because Becky was never really a bad person. But DeVoe shows up, kills everyone, takes over Becky's body, and then sometimes the Flash does episodes or has the most interesting time Barry has ever had while he's been in prison. I like the plot setup of he had
Talks to
a little bit concerned. What was DeVoe doing at the end? What did he put?
you are looking for me.
You should have given her a heads up.
Your Honor.
Dude.
Sometimes I hate being right all the time. Ralph, get out of there.
Oh no, her powers are coming in handy. From like being cheesy and corny in the beginning, then getting Yusuf, they were saying you gotta check this episode out.
Boss now. I'll pull out your eye snake and strangle you with it, understood? Right. Hey man who put you behind bars.
All these people he helped capture, and they know he's a speedster, but they don't know he's the Flash. And I was enjoying the, they all die except for one of them. I think like the last 15 minutes of this episode was
Difficult to read your thoughts. Quite difficult. Perhaps
in that woman's drink. I need to get some of that. Anyway, Yusuf and Gary.
I submit that Central City is.
You know what? Yeah, that's a good point.
Hurry up.
Catch up with the Flash right now. This episode is called something about Flash.
who would you like?
Well,
Or playing as DeVoe. I like the actress who plays Becky when she's Becky, especially because like the last couple I've been like kind of whatever about. This was the DeVoe, and I think it's interesting how we keep switching up the actors who are. She just got hot. She's just hot now. And I thought we were gonna get this is getting crazy.
To have Barry.
This is West Allen.
Lord Wolf.
Unfortunately, you won't be
A lot more up his sleeve that he's not telling everyone. It seems like they're setting up for Marlies to betray him, or
of all charges and ordered release from Iron.
dude, DeVoe, you're getting out of hand, man. Cool fight at the end. I was
Look, man, stop this. Man.
guess I'm readjusting to the way they've been doing Killer for
And my ears outside tell me.
For now, to the Enlightenment.
action sequence because they had all those metas that you've seen in other episodes has to break out with. And I think the show does a pretty good job of transitioning. For encouraging me to watch this episode, you two. I love you guys. When we do far, glad.
Hello, Stretch.
Smart
I know
cookie.
this everybody out because Wolf was going to sell us, but. Yep.
You did good, boy.
I'll set you up. You can use my profile pic. You look enough like me. A little. For me to get out of here. They don't do something legal, they do something ridiculous.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Nothing.
That melody in your head makes
A little annoyed at Barry, who's like, I'm gonna go back. Dude, there's...
Let's move. Probably something without a lot of moving.
Computer malfunction, so there's been other TV shows that we've been covering that are full. It kind of feels like the upcoming Patreon eject today. Full-length TV shows and music.
Impossible as a man who can run faster than the speed of sound.
And for Killer Frost to talk with Ralph. But my favorite parts of this episode, even though that all that's runaways, he's continuing Riverdale over there too. We can only show about 10 minutes of the Ralph trying to behave like the warden. Where other people who play DeVoe are trying to be DeVoe. That actor Flash, did you enjoy ever a clear line of what Barry was willing to? Ralph is one of them, so I'm a little.
Recapture you after you escape.
Be out of here legally.
Ah.
It's the only way I'll ever.
They call me a man who elongates now.
You know what? Get a Tinder profile. What are you, 11, 12? Get a Tinder. I think it's about... So I do like this episode. I thought it was a pretty good episode. Subscribe to The Real Reject.
We know a busman.
Sorry, I'm late.
Not to see what DeVoe did.
It's on purpose.
Of course not.
Of course not.
Alright.
The important thing to know is he's in good hands. You can rest easy.
True Colors. I was doing a Google Hangout with Gareth Hood and his awesome son. That's action or some bad guys go. A little better looking. Just a bit. And get cool action. I wish they did something where they all got to use their powers instead of she was just a hurt girl who had a lot of bad luck in her.
Barry Allen is the Flash. The same
Alien.
Yourself to know a lot more than just a long game.
Mr. Allen.
Because, yeah, they can get away with doing that. I mean, they framed Barry. Good pep talk. It was get out of prison.